morning and happy Monday. Welcome to episode 13. So it's Monday the 6th of April and I'm on my way to work. So heading over towards Hull today and going to be at work till about 5:30. I have had a great weekend actually. Managed to get a few things sewn up, and also I started work last night on tracing out one of the patterns from the new Great British Sewing Bee book. So yeah, that's going to be interesting, shall we say. I'm going to do a separate review. I think I mentioned that during my vlog yesterday. I'm going to do a separate review of the book because I think it's only fair to give it a really good read through and also actually make up one of the patterns before I pass judgment. Those of you who've been following me for some time know that I'm always, I wouldn't say critical, but I use a critical eye when I'm reviewing something, and I reserve judgment and will scrutinise something to the nth degree to and then give an honest review on it, constructive I hope, rather than just negative, but I give a very constructive review. So I don't like to just, especially with books, sewing books that include patterns in them, I personally think it's wrong to give a review of a book, a pattern book, when you've not made a pattern from it. So because that's the whole point of them, isn't it? So anyway, I have traced out the maxi midi dress pattern last night and came across a few little irksome details, shall we say, just from the tracing out, but I'll cover that in a separate vlog. Anyway, so I need to choose some fabric tonight because I really want to have a go at making that dress because it does look beautiful. So I'm looking forward to getting home tonight where I can choose that. That will be good. So I'm on my way to work. Be at work till about 5:30 as usual on a Monday, and then same again tomorrow. And yeah, I've got some news. I am starting a new job in 4 weeks' time. Me and my jobs. Well, it's not a new job. It's the same job but at a different practice. I'm moving to a practice that is literally a 5-minute drive away from where I live, which is going to be better for me, which means I can bob home and see my dad in my lunch break, make sure he's okay, that kind of thing. It's lovely where I work now. The staff are really lovely, but it takes me half an hour to get there under normal circumstances when the traffic is heavier. Obviously we're not in normal circumstances at the moment and it takes me about 20 minutes, which is great, but and that means that, you know, during my lunch break I just don't have the opportunity to get home to see him. So so I've been offered a post doing the same job I'm doing now but a different practice, which is literally 5-minute drive up the road from my house, which is perfect. They seem very forward thinking and progressive, lots of support. So I am starting there in 4 weeks' time. I'm actually leaving my current practice in 2 weeks because I decided that I would take a couple of weeks unpaid leave before I start in my new practice. And I'm beginning to I wouldn't say regret that now. I only needed to give 4 weeks notice at my current practice, and which I did, but then gave the new practice a start date 2 weeks after that, thinking, I'll have 2 weeks off. And it's not that I'm regretting it, but I'm sort of thinking, what am I going to do if we're still on lockdown and I can't really do much with that time? But I'll still be doing my locum shifts Monday, Tuesday those weeks, so I think the rest of it I'll probably use for, I've got lots to sort out, haven't I, including my sewing room, so there's going to be plenty to do anyway. But yeah, it's only I've only got this week and next week and then I finish, and I can't see things changing much. Anyway, so that's my bit of news. How are you all doing anyway? I'll be honest with you, I am sort of struggling a little bit. I suppose I'm very lucky and grateful that with me being an essential worker I can still go out to work and earn a living and have some kind of semblance of normality in my life. But I'm finding it tough, I'll be honest with you. I think there's a few days where I just feel, I wouldn't say a sense of panic, but just I'm finding it difficult to adjust to, because I am abiding by the guidelines. I know we're seeing in the news that there's quite a few people that aren't, especially on nice sunny days, but I am abiding by the guidelines, and I'm only going out when I really need to, and obviously for my daily exercise, although I didn't get out at all yesterday. Oh, I did, yes, because I went shopping first thing in the morning, food shopping, that was it. But that was it, that was the only time we went out yesterday. And I'm just finding it, I think I'm the type of person that always likes to have something to look forward to. And I guess that, you know, we can look forward to the day where this ends and we can, you know, restart our lives, whatever that may be. But I think at the minute, I always like to sort of have, it just feels that there isn't anything to look forward to, because there's no goal, there's no end point. It's not like, and I like to have a date, shall we say, a date of when, yeah, from this date, this is what's going to happen, whether that is the fact that we can go away for the weekend or have a day out somewhere, or, you know, just it's that kind of thing that I like to sort of look forward to, and don't have that at the minute, and I'm finding that hard. Yeah, I mean, sewing, I've done a lot of sewing these last few days, and I think a lot of that is because, well, obviously I enjoy it and it's my hobby, but also it's a way of feeling normal, and I'm grateful that I have that. Yeah, so I don't know, I don't know how you all are coping with it. Yeah, difficult one. Right, I am now on the motorway, so I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll probably catch up with you when I'm home from work later. So it's Tuesday afternoon and I've come out for a little walk, just on my lunch break, so I thought I would get outside. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. You've probably seen in the video clip already my commute to work. So I work in, it's a place called Cottingham, which is near, it's in East Yorkshire. It's not far from Hull, but it's beautiful, beautiful place. And yeah, that was my commute to work this morning, which is just over the edge of the Wolds. And I've just come out for a little walk on my lunch break, so I thought I would pop in and say hello. So I've had a fairly steady morning really, and so far it looks like it should be a steady afternoon. Yeah, it's quite nice to get a bit of fresh air. I will be honest and say I'm really struggling with my mental health at the minute. I guess lots of people are, and I'm just finding it really difficult, this isolating I'm really grateful that we are still allowed out at the moment, and everybody that I've met so far appears to be abiding by the rules, which is good. I've just passed 4 police officers patrolling. None of them said anything to me though, because I did wonder if they'd asked me where I was going and what I was doing, but they didn't. They were just chatting to themselves. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful spring day. Martin's at home digging a vegetable patch. We've decided that we're going to plant a few salad vegetables for the summer. It's probably a bit late now for anything else, but it will give us some salad vegetables, so that should be nice. And yeah, I was having a read of the Great British Sewing Bee book last night, and I have started filming a review of it, because I think I mentioned that I am tracing out a pattern from it at the minute. I think it's the midi dress, and there are a few little issues with it that I've come across, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I think when I get home later I want to go for a run. I'm going to be working home for the next couple of days, and yeah, I'm going to go for a run when I get in. I think I am finding that when I'm at home I'm just reaching for the biscuit tin far too often at the minute, and I think part of that is because I'm at home a lot more than I'm used to, not getting as much exercise as I'm used to, and also the fact that I'm stressed. I'm finding it stressful, and when I'm stressed I eat the wrong things. Anyway, I've never been up this road before. I have got another hour or so before I'm due back at work, and yeah, gives me a good opportunity to get some fresh air. But as you can see where I am at the minute, this road behind me, there's nobody about. It's quite nice. Right, so hope you're enjoying your day, whatever you're up to, and I'll probably see you when I get home later. Good morning, happy Thursday. Well, actually it's good afternoon because it's just gone lunchtime. Working from home again today, and wow, I have been prolific the last day. I made 4 things yesterday in between work, which was incredible really. I made the Green Style Creations strides, which I made at the cropped length, but I'm going to cut them down to capri length because I just think it's going to be better for me over the summer, and they're in the wash at the minute. I think I mentioned that yesterday. I also made the Frances Tea by Fibre Mood. I made that as well. I made myself some Hudson shorts, which is what I've got on at the minute. I decided it was really hot yesterday, and yeah, all my summer stuff is still packed away. I need to actually get it all out and sort through it, but I needed just to be cool, so I found some well, this is like a fleece back sweatshirting, just an offcut I had in my stash up there actually, and thought, you know what, I can just whip myself up a quick pair of Hudson shorts and just cut them off. So that's exactly what I have done. So they're here. I still put the pockets in, and I haven't hemmed them because I quite like the sort of rolled up raw hem version there. So yeah, so I've been lounging in these this morning, and I also made a jumpsuit as well, and I've finished that off this morning by hemming the legs. So the jumpsuit pattern that I've made this once before, well twice before actually, but one of them I had to donate because I didn't realise it was a directional print and I had palm trees upside down, so couldn't wear that. Anyway, this is it here. So it is McCall's M6083. I don't think this pattern is in print anymore, but it's basically a wrap over bodice. You can make it in jersey or woven fabrics, and it has a few sort of gathers at the shoulders and then wide leg trousers, elasticated waist. So yeah, I made that up last night as well out of some tropical print jersey that I got from Colville last year. I've got so many jerseys from them, I thought I just need to start making them up, don't I? So got those legs hemmed this morning. Busy morning work wise, but I'm obviously on my lunch break now. So what I am planning to do, oh yeah, I've just filmed my March makes. I have refilmed it because I filmed it last weekend and I had a massive blob of mascara on my eyelid which just I couldn't get over, so I thought I can't put that out there. So I've had to refilm that. I've done that this morning and I'm gutted because the second part of the Vanazza bikini sew along, I've been trying to upload it for days now, and every time I upload it, it just uploads a minute of it, and then the rest of it, because it's 19 minutes long, the rest of it won't upload, and I couldn't figure out why. And I've gone on and had a look, and 2 of the clips are still corrupted, but unfortunately I've deleted them off my camera now, so it means I'm going to have to redo the whole thing, which is really frustrating, including refilming and remaking the bikini bottom. So I'm going to do that this weekend because I do want to make another one of those swimsuits anyway. But any of you guys that are waiting for the second part of that, I was hoping to have that up yesterday, but I'm going to have to remake them now and refilm the process. So I'm really, really sorry. I did put a little post up on my community tab yesterday over on my channel, just to, you know, if anybody had thought I'd forgotten or not bothered or whatever. So yeah, that'll teach me for deleting things until I know they've been properly uploaded, won't it? Anyway. Okay, I have finished my penny dress. So this, if you remember this dress, I have had unfinished for about 2.5 years, which is really bad, isn't it? It just needed hemming, but it's because it's such a wide skirt. I think it's a circle skirt, and yeah, just hemming circle skirts is very labour intensive, isn't it? And I think I originally hemmed it and it was all wonky and I just threw it to one side, but I'm really pleased that I finally dug it out and finished it off. So right, so let's go outside and then I can show you, oh gosh, to show you the dress. Right, so yeah, I really like it. The only thing is the waist is just a little bit too high. Can't remember if I altered the pattern pieces for this, but yeah, it's sitting just above my actual waist. So I think I love the length I've done this at, and I think what I'm going to do is alter the pattern pieces and make the waistband, sorry, the bodice just another inch lower, because then when I have to create the casing for the elastic for the waist, I will have more to play with. The other thing as well is I think this would look better with a belt, only because my waist is quite thick at the minute and I really feel self-conscious of that. So I think that if I wear it with a belt, it will probably give me a little bit more confidence. But I really like it. It's got sort of like a vintage style but modern as well. So yeah, I don't normally go for full skirts, but I do really like the skirt on this. It's lovely. So in fact, so much so that I think I'm going to have to make another. Let's hope I can do it quicker than 2.5 years this time. Right, so I have just dug out my penny dress pattern because yeah, I am in love with this dress and I want to make another one. I've had a look and yeah, this is the size 12, which fits me fine everywhere, apart from obviously I do think the waist is too high, and I've just dug out the pattern pieces and I never altered these pattern pieces. So that is the front bodice, and yeah, I've not added in any extra there at all. Same with the back bodice. So I think what I'm going to do is add in, I think what I am actually going to do is I'm going to add in a good 1.5 inches on this bodice piece. And the reason for that is because the elastic, if I stand up and show you, so this, the way my natural waist is there, and as you can see the waistband is a good inch higher. Now what I actually want to do as well is I want to use some deeper elastic, because I'm not a big fan of elastic waistbands unless you wear a belt over it, because I just think it emphasises, particularly with me, emphasises my, makes me feel bigger. So I've got this elastic which is inch wide, and I think I would prefer to use the deeper elastic anyway, because I think it just looks, it cinches you in without looking too muffiny, if that makes sense. Anyway, so I think my plan is if I lengthen the bodice pieces by a good 1.5 inches, and then when I create the casing and fold the seam allowances up towards the bodice to create a big enough casing to put this width elastic in, I think that will be okay, and it should sit on my natural waist. That's the plan. So I now need to choose some fabric. So that's exciting, isn't it? It's not like I don't have any. Don't know where to start though, but I think I am going to go for another viscose because I just love this and it's going to be perfect for summer. I think fabric recommendations are crepe or georgette, drapey fabrics, lightweight cotton such as lawn or voile. I think if I was slimmer than what I am at the minute, I would possibly do a cotton lawn, but I don't want to do that at the minute. And I've got to remember that the skirt pieces are a circle skirt, so I can't have anything with a directional print. So I'm going to need 3.5 meters of fabric for this, but I'm pretty sure I got the last lot out of 3 meters. So let's see anyway. Let's have a look for some fabric and see what we come up with. Right, I found this in my stash. So this is another viscose, and I think I got this from Oh So Crafty probably last year or the year before. I've got at least 4 meters here, so there's plenty to make the penny, and I can probably make it just a little bit longer. Yeah, so I'm going to get this ironed and I'm going to get this cut out. So this is why this pattern takes so much fabric, because yeah, you've got one huge circle skirt there, cut on the fold, and I've got all my pieces now cut out. I have interfaced the collar facings and the back facing and the collar as well, one of the collars anyway. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this made up. Right, so the bodice for the penny dress is done. I'm really pleased with it. I've added on 1.5 inches to the waist so that I can make a really deep waistband and put the deeper elastic in. Need to do the skirt next. I really like the shoulder detail on this. You've got some really gentle gathers just in here that will obviously allow for boobage, and yeah, its collar is in. It's lovely. Obviously there's the buttons and buttonholes. Yeah, I think I'm just going to use plain white ones. I think they'll be fine. But I'm going to have some tea now. Martin's cooked sausage pasta bake, which is going to be yummy. It smells yummy anyway. And then I'm going to get the skirt on and hopefully get it finished so that it can be ready to hem. Hello and good afternoon. So today's Friday. I slept in this morning. Yeah, didn't sleep very well last night. I was awake at 2. That's 2 nights on the trot. I've been awake at 2 and I don't know why. And I couldn't get back to sleep. It was about 5 o'clock before I got back to sleep, and then we woke up at 10. I cannot remember the last time I woke up at that time. It was probably when I used to do nights, to be honest, and I never slept very well when I used to do night shifts. But yeah, so that felt threw me out completely, because I'm normally an early bird and I'm up at 6 every day. But yeah, so that was really strange. I have had the morning off work, but although it's Good Friday, I am working this afternoon. Good old NHS England has removed all our bank holidays for those of us working in the NHS, so because of the current coronavirus outbreak, which means that the Easter bank holidays are treated as a normal working day for us. So fortunately our practice manager has been very, very good, and she's split the day between me and my colleague. So my colleague's done the morning and I'm doing the afternoon. So getting up late this morning, felt that I've wasted half the morning, but I suppose at least I had a lie in. It's a good job I wasn't properly at work, otherwise I'd have been 2 hours late. Anyway, I thought I'd show you the finished Penny dress. She's just there, look. So I can't remember if I showed you this yesterday, but it's done. I have put all the buttons on. It's got to be hemmed yet. That's the only thing. I'm letting it drop now. But I love it. It's really gorgeous. I haven't actually tried this on yet, but it's exactly the same as the other one, so it should fit. Apart from, obviously, I altered the waist on this one. I dropped the bodice by 1.5 inches, and I've included a much deeper waistband, so I've used thicker elastic. I just find that more flattering. So yeah, it's all finished anyway, apart from the hem, and we'll see when this drops. I'll give it another day and then probably hem it tomorrow. But really happy with that. So I have managed to, I don't know if I've mentioned, I managed to go for a run anyway. I've been for a run. I've done 4 miles, which I'm really pleased about. Pluto's just on the bed. We've not even made the bed look, because yeah, he's very much a creature of habit, is Pluto, and he goes out, oh, where is he? There he is, look. He goes out, well, he goes out overnight only during summer though, when it's nice and warm. During winter he likes to be in on a night, but he tends to, you know, this time of year go out overnight, and then he'll come back in the morning for breakfast, and then just come up and spend all day on our bed, and then he usually goes back downstairs about 4 o'clock for food. He's very predictable. He's not, you know, he doesn't spend a lot of time outdoors. So I made another, on top of making the penny dress yesterday, I also made a jumper last night as well. I've made, if you remember, I made the Seamwork Skipper, which is a sweater that I hacked into looking like the I Am Patterns lion. I think it's the I Am Lion jumper, with the big bishop sleeves and the big deep cuffs. I'll link to the vlog down below where I did that if you're interested, but I decided I was going to make a cropped version, and I just did that at 9 o'clock last night, as you do. So it's actually a bit of a hack of the Seamwork Skipper with the bishop sleeves, but I cropped it using the Seamwork Astoria pattern pieces to get the length right, and I used the waistband from the Astoria as well, and it's worked really well. I'm not going to try it on now because obviously I need to be working, but I will try it on later to show you. I did finish the jumpsuit as well. I haven't tried that on yet. So in the last 2 days I have been so productive. Despite working, I have still managed to make 6 items, which is incredible, and I think it's because this lockdown business is really getting to me at the minute, and sewing is, you know, it's my distraction, isn't it? So it's like normality for me, so it's helping me deal with it. But also it means that I'm getting through my stash a bit as well. Now the other thing I want to do, Sherwood's Fabrics have another Easter weekend sale. They're always having a sale, aren't they? This weekend it's 20% off everything, so I have ordered a few Lady McElroy fabrics because I want to, well, you know, I don't need an excuse, do I? Let's face it. But what I do want to do this weekend is I want to sort through all my Lady McElroy fabrics and have them all together. because I'm conscious that, well, let me just explain this. I bought a 2-metre piece of the Savannah stretch drill fabric so that I could make the ultimate trousers, and when I was rooting through my stash the other day for some fabric, I found another piece of it. So I already had some, and you know, those fabrics are expensive, aren't they? And I don't want to be repeating things. So I thought, right, I need to just sort out, I mean, I can't sort all this out because I haven't got time right now, but I can sort out my Lady McElroy fabrics and put them all together so I can see exactly what I've got and make sure that I don't, you know, repeat things again. So I'm going to hopefully do that this afternoon. Martin has been sanding again in the kitchen, so looks like he's been out in the Arctic, to be honest. He's covered in white dust at the minute, so it's a mess down there, so I can't cut anything out. So I thought, yeah, in between patients this afternoon, because it's looking, I'm not going to say the Q word, but it's looking that way at the minute. I am going to drag out my Lady McElroy fabrics and sort them out. Right, so I've sorted through my fabrics and I have a pile of Lady McElroy fabrics here, and actually it's not that big. I thought it would be a lot bigger than what it is. Anyway, I thought I would show you what I've got. So, first things first, I have two lengths of the canvas drill, the stretch canvas drill. I bought some about a month ago from Sherwood's to make the ultimate trousers, and then when I've raided my stash, I've got another piece as well. I think they're both about 2.5 meters long. This is the latest one, because I know that because it's creased, because it's been washed but not ironed. And then yeah, I found this one in my stash. So I've got that print in the drill, and then I have also got a length of it in the crepe as well. So yeah, so that's those ones. I have found this one, and I'm not sure if this is a Lady McElroy print, because it looks like one, but I don't know which one it is, if it is. Can't remember this, I can't remember buying this at all, but I'm not sure if it is. Those of you who are die-hard Lady McElroy fans, can you tell me if that one is? I'm keeping it on the pile for now, but we shall see. So there's that one. That one is viscose. I've got this one, which, you know, it's flamingos, isn't it? And I love flamingos. This is, put them the right way up. This is a bubble crepe, and I haven't made this up yet, mainly because I don't like the fabric. I think when I bought this, I just saw the flamingos and thought, oh, flamingos, need to have it. And yeah, yeah, I'm not keen on the fabric. It's a bubble crepe, and there's a few prints I like in Sherwood's at the minute, but they're all on this really floaty bubble crepe, and it's just that it feels so polyestery, so I'm not sure about that one. But yeah, I've had that in my stash for probably about 18 months now. So that's that one. This one is the Brush Strokes Cotton Lawn, which I got last month. I think I've got about 3 meters of that one. Obviously there is the Songbird fabric in jade, which I got last week, and then the Hydrangea Bouquet one, which I showed you last week as well. This is in a Tencel lawn. It's very, very fine, but it's beautiful. I think I've got 3 meters of that. This is a remnant I got of a cotton lawn as well a couple of weeks ago. This is, I can't remember what this one is called. I've got a little bit left of the Cobra Corsage drill, what I made my ultimate trousers out of in March. I have the foliage canopy in a crepe jersey. I've got a couple of meters of that, so that is going to be a top of some sort. I've got this one, which is another viscose, which I got from Sherwood's last month. I can't remember the name of this one, but this has been washed but not ironed, so it's very creased. This one, again, I can't remember the name of this one, but it's another one with leaves and palm trees on. This feels like, It's like a textured viscose. I don't know if you can see the texture if I bring it in close, but it's got a little bit of a texture on there. But it's really pretty. I'm not sure how much of that I've got, probably about 3 meters. I tend to get 3.5 meter lengths now. This one, I love this one. This is a viscose lawn, I believe, and I think I've got 3.5, 4 meters of this, so I'm not sure what that's going to be as yet. This is one that I bought last month as well, and yep, I really like this one. It's gorgeous. It's going to be gorgeous for summer. I think I've got about 4 or 5 meters of this. If I just open it out a bit more, it's really, really lovely. This has got some stretch to it, so I'm not quite, and again it's textured. If I bring that in, you can see the texture on that. So it's going to be a maxi dress of some sort for summer. This one is a cotton lawn. This is the Paradise one because it's got parrots on it. If I get them up the right way, you can hopefully see those. I've got a couple of meters of this, I think, and I've had this in my stash for a couple of years and not made it up into anything yet, and I'm not really sure what to make with it, to be honest. I do like it. I like the colours. They're very spring-like, aren't they? But I'm not sure. It might be a shirt. Might be a shirt of some sort. I've got the Cobra Corsage again in, this is the cotton lawn. I'm not sure how much of this there is, probably a couple of meters, 2.5 meters, something like that. Again, I've had this in my stash for quite a while now, probably a couple of years. I've got this one, which is the Dragonfly, again in a cotton lawn, and yeah, I've not had this that long. I think I bought this last year. It's probably going to be, well, it's going to be something, isn't it, at some point. This one again is a cotton lawn. I'm not sure what this one is called, whether it's the Jungle Tropics or not. I can't quite remember. But it's the cotton lawn. I think I've got 3 meters of that one. This is a small remnant that I've got left of cotton lawn that I made the Stevie dress out of by Tully and the Buttons last year. So I've probably got about 1/2 meter of that. So there's probably enough to make a little cami or something. So I really like that print, actually. It's lovely. And I've got this one, which again is another cotton lawn. I think I've got 3 meters of this. I can't remember the name of that one either. I've got this one, which is the Fashion Focus or whatever it's called. Again, this is in a cotton lawn, and I think I've got 3 meters of that one. That one, which is the swan print, I think they're all flying flock, I think it's called. This is in that gorgeous sort of steel blue. I think I've got about 3.5 meters of that, and I really like that, which is probably why I've not made it up yet. I've got this one, but I haven't got much of this, only about 1.5 meters, I think, and I can't remember the name of it. Again, it's a cotton lawn, and I think that's going to be a shirt of some sort, but I'm not sure what. There's this one as well, which again I think I've only got a couple of meters of that one. I've had that in my stash for a while. Again, this is a cotton lawn. That will probably be a top of some sort. I think it was one of the early ones that I bought, and at the time I used to only get 2 meters, but like now some of the dresses that I make, because they're longer, I need more than that. This one is the, is it Finchley? I think it's called Finchley. It's got birds on it, but it's really pretty, and like the base colour is like a khaki. Again, this is a cotton lawn. I think there's about 3 meters there. I've got this one, which is not Cobra Corsage, although it has snakes on it. This one is called, I think it's Chantilly, and the base colour on this is like a, it looks like a really pale green, actually, creamy green. This again is a cotton lawn, and I think I have about 3 meters of that one, and I haven't made that into anything yet. This one I'm not sure if it is a Lady McElroy print. Again, this is another one that I think it is, but I'm not quite sure. I've had this one for about 18 months as well. I think there's about 2.5 meters of this. That one is a cotton lawn as well. This one I bought from Fabric Godmother a long time ago, and yeah, it's got flamingos on, and I love this. This is Flamingo Habitat, I think. Again, it's a cotton lawn, and I haven't made anything up with this yet because I washed this and then I put it in the tumble dryer and it's gone all creased, so I need to rewash it actually, because I did try and iron out the creases and I couldn't get them ironed out, so I ended up just sticking it in my stash and I've never used it. But I do need to probably rewash it and hang it on the line and try and get those creases out, and then I can get that made up into something. There's 2.5 meters of that. I've got this one here, which I can't remember the name of this one, but I really love that mustard colour. This is a cotton lawn as well, and I think I've got 3 meters of that one. And I've got that one, another cotton lawn. I can't remember the name of that one, but I think there is probably about 2.5 meters of that. And I've got this one, which I think I got this from the textile centre actually, but it is a Lady McElroy print, and it's, you know, it's like a pinstripe with little blue stars on it. I think I've got 3 meters of that. Again, that is a cotton lawn. And then the last one, actually no, I've got this tiny little remnant of the Crowded Faces in black, what I made McCall's dress out of. That's obviously a cotton lawn as well. There's not a lot left of that though, so that'll probably be used for pockets, that kind of thing. And then I've got this one, which is the Celebration Bouquet in a cotton lawn. I think there's a couple of meters here. I've just ordered some more of this from Sherwood's today because I want to make the 8577 out of this. So I really, really love this print. So that's everything. And I actually thought I had more than that, so that surprises me. But at least it's nice to see what I have got. I think there's a couple of things that I've already made up. I made a jumpsuit out of the foliage canopy before, in the viscose version. And yeah, I think there's probably a few things that have been made up already, but I'm surprised at that. I did think I had more. Oh well. One Ogden cami. I've even got my little label in there, look. Yeah, really pleased with this. This is the most amazing viscose I have ever sewed with, and I think I got this from Minerva actually. I've had it in my stash for probably a couple of years now, but it feels like silk and looks like silk, but it really isn't. It's just viscose. It's great, except it's a little bit tight, and I've sewed up my normal size because I've made loads of this cami now, but I've put so much weight on my boobs, so I'm losing weight anyway, so hopefully another few weeks. It's just pulling a little bit across my bust and I don't want it pulling, so hopefully another 2 or 3 weeks of running and it will fit me again. So yeah, I've French seamed the inside. I knew it would do that. French seamed the insides, as you can see, and done a narrow hem, and yeah, it's really pretty, but yeah, it really does feel like silk. So yep, good morning and happy Saturday. So it is 9:15. I should have been doing an extended hours shift this morning, but they're having problems with the IT system, and because it is 3/4 of an hour away from home, they've told me to just stay at home, so that's fine. They're still paying me, so I've got some free time that I wasn't expecting this morning. Martin has just gone to do some food shopping. We don't need much ourselves, but my dad, obviously he's 80 and he's self-isolating, so he needs quite a bit of few things to stock up at home for him, so he's just gone and done that. So I think I was going to do the ironing, but it's a beautiful, beautiful day again, and I don't want to spend my time ironing. I think I'll do that tonight. So I've just put some washing in, and I think, oh, I'm wearing the Tea House, I think it's the Tea House dress by Sew House 7. It's not called the Tea House dress. I think, is it just the tea dress? It's Soho 7 anyway. This is one I made a couple of years ago, and I made it out of this gorgeous sort of chambray that I got from Boys, believe it or not. I think it was about £3 a metre, something like that. So I've just dug this out of my wardrobe to put on today, with it being lovely. And I think I'm going to have a go at making the peppermint wide leg trousers again. I think I mentioned them the other day. And it was just that the fact that I couldn't choose what fabric I wanted, but I have chosen some. I got this red linen from Walton's a few weeks ago now, and yeah, I think they will look really nice as culottes for the summer. Let me just turn the camera around a second. So I also last night traced out this pattern, the 8577. And I've wanted to make this for a while. I'm going to make view B. I think it'll be really lovely. But this is a fully lined dress and takes an awful lot of fabric. 5 metres for the outer dress and 5 metres for the lining. Now, I don't think I'm going to line the skirt. I think I'm just going to line the bodice, because I just think it'll be too much. Only because I do want to use this as sort of like an everyday dress, I guess, in the fact that I'll want to wear it. You know, I don't want to just leave it for a special occasion, and I think if it's totally fully lined, including the skirt, then I'll only want to wear it on special occasions, and it's just going to hang in my wardrobe and never get worn. So I don't think I'm going to line the skirt. I think I'm just going to line the bodice and leave the skirt as it is. But I've ordered some fabric from Sherwood's. I think I mentioned that yesterday. They've got another one of their 20% off discounts this weekend, and so I've got some of the Lady McElroy celebration bouquet. I'll put a picture of it in here somewhere. I've ordered some of that, and I'm going to have a go at this dress. But what I think I'm going to do is just make the bodice up first in the lining and check the fit. I have traced out a straight size 14, and yeah, there's a lot of pattern pieces to this, so it took me a while to get this traced off, but I'm glad I've done it. I hate tracing patterns off, especially when they're really big patterns like this and there's lots of pieces. Also, as well, actually, I didn't show you this yesterday. I've also cut out the I Am Gaia top. I made this last year. I did a pattern review of it. And there was a couple of things that I liked the resulting top, but I just thought the instructions could have been a little bit clearer on a couple of points. But I do like the top, so I am going to make this again. And last year I bought some black, oh, it's just this crepe. I mean, this needs to be in a drapey fabric, and I've got some black crepe. So I've cut that out again as well, and I'm going to get that sewn up this weekend. I still need to hem the penny dress. That's still dropping on the mannequin in my bedroom at the minute, so hopefully I'll get that done this weekend. And I still have, you can just see over there, the Mayfair dress that I made last weekend that I need to hem, but I just need my cover stitch, which is just down there somewhere in this dump of a dining room, because we've still got loads of stuff over there from the kitchen, which hasn't changed since you last saw it, because we've hit a standstill now. We need the worktops, so we are just living with it as it is. Right, let's get these culottes pinned and cut out. Right, so I've had a really busy sewing day. I have finished the trousers. So these are the Peppermint Magazine wide leg pants. I'm not wearing them at the minute. It's far too hot to be getting changed into these right now, but I'm really pleased with them. It's coming up really pink on screen, but these are red linen, and yeah, really happy with them. I have filmed a sew along. I think I mentioned that earlier actually. I've just been sat in the garden with a glass of cider hemming them, so that's been really nice. And yeah, they're done. So it's been a really productive sewing week. I've got loads done. I am going to now cut out, because it's so warm, this pattern that I made earlier on in the week. I made the pink jumpsuit out of some fabric that I got from Colville last year, and I haven't even put that on for you yet, but I'm going to make another one, but I'm going to do the little romper. Now this is going to be designed just for in the garden, but this little romper here, the sleeveless one with shorts, I'm going to have a go at that, and I just want to make it out of black, some black jersey. Now I think I have some black when I was sorting out my fabrics the other day, because I did sort all these out, so it's fairly tidy at the minute. Yeah, I think I have some plain black, just plain black t-shirt jersey. I've got makeup running down my face. and I'm going to trace the top of those out and probably get those sewn up as well, I think. Yeah, so that's the plan for this evening, although I do need to do the ironing. I hate ironing. Martin's just doing tea for us. We're having mushroom curry, which I wanted salad today. It's really warm, but we've got salad for tomorrow, so hopefully it's going to be a nice day tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to get that done while he's cooking tea. So yeah, it's much better than ironing, isn't it? Hello and happy Sunday, happy Easter. So it's Easter Sunday today and it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and this is the first time I've picked up the camera today. I have remade the Vanazza bikini bottoms, so I've got those finished and I've just finished filming them as well. So yeah, that's hopefully, fingers crossed, this time it's gonna, all the clips will be okay and I can get that edited and up later this week. I've been for a run this morning, done another 5 miles, so that was good. I am wearing the little romper that I made last night. So this is it here. It is essentially the McCall's pattern. I will put a picture of it up in here because I can't remember which one it is, but it's the same one that I made the jumpsuit out of last week. It's just a different view, and yeah, there is no way I would obviously go walking about down the street like this, but it's fine for these nice hot sunny days where I can just chill in the garden. It's just made out of black t-shirt jersey, which I've got loads of in my stash. So yeah, made this up last night, and it's got pockets. We all love pockets, don't we? And yeah, so Martin's in the garden. He's just doing some pruning, and I think I'm going to join him out there soon with a glass of something. Yeah, it's been a busy weekend really, considering I've got loads of sewing done, which has been really cool. I've got some fabrics drying on the line that have just been in the wash, but I will show you those next week in next week's vlog, I think. So I am going to go enjoy the afternoon with my husband and get loads. I've got this vlog to edit and get up later today. And then I've got the in the folds wide leg pants that I made yesterday. I've got that to edit and put together, and also the second part of the Vanazza swimsuit to hopefully edit and get up later this week. So busy day really. Anyway, I hope you're all well and enjoy your Easter Sunday, and thanks for joining me again this week. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope it's keeping you entertained while we're still locked down. But stay safe, stay well, and I will see you all next week. Take care, bye.